right. Well, hey, everybody. Grimm Green from GrimmGreen.com back here today. Thank you so much for joining me on this, the Wild Card Wednesday. What I have to talk to you about today is something that I've been vaping just a lot. If you are a viewer of my vlogs, which really you should be a viewer of my vlogs, you know that I use this constantly. From the day I got it, I've been using it every single day. It's always in my what I've been vaping. I just like using it. And best of all, it's like $35, but we're going to get to that just a little bit later. What I'm talking about is the Jaybo Noisy Cricket from Wismec. It's a series tube box thing. In order to get to know it just a little bit better, what we're going to do is go up close, as we always do. Quick, short, uppy, closey time. All right, well, let's spend a little bit of up close and personal time here with the Noisy Cricket. Man, I really love this thing. So the Noisy Cricket is a series box. It's like a tubey box, I guess. 510 hybrid connection on here. Here's your little Delrin fire button. It's a little bit of a hair trigger. There's no locking mechanism on this. And in order to take out the batteries, you have to pop both of these off, which is fine. Now this is constructed out of stainless steel, so it has a nice little bit of a weight to it. Stainless steel on the bottom there as well. So we're going to pop this off, and you can see the 510 hybrid connection on here. It's a lot like the rig. It's just a ring that you put on your atomizer. So if you're using this, make sure your atomizer has a nice protruding 510 connection. Thankfully, the Jaybo Indestructible, very, very protruding, which is great. Now, there's two sides to this. This side goes against your atomizer, and the side with like the crevice cut in it, with the ditch cut in it, that goes against your battery, so that in the event if you fire this with this connection on the battery, basically it prevents the battery from grounding out on the mod. It prevents the battery from touching the inside of this. Your 510 sticking down prevents the battery from touching this little top cap. But there's the battery I have in there now. This is one of those Samsung 25R, Craving Vapor batteries. So that's one battery right there. So the switch, you can either just unscrew it with your fingers, or I just like to take a quarter. There's a little groove cut out right here. I just take a quarter just to get it started, and then you do the rest with your fingers. Comes out super, super easy, and then you can see your connection on here. And when you press this little button, that's all that's happening. That little brass contact is coming down, touching your batteries. It's got a little peak insulator around the switch right now. Just makes it really, really easy to clean. As you can see, there might be some kind of gunk building up right there that I'm gonna clean off. I'm gonna scrape that gunk off, and then your other battery is right there. And now you have just the mod with the tube. And what happens is you can hear it. There's a little rocker. There's like a little seesaw in the bottom there that kind of goes back and forth. Now, this is neither the front nor the back at this point. You can choose either side, but it doesn't really matter because the end result is exactly the same. But whatever you do, you have to put one battery in, positive side up, just like that. This is where your atomizer is going to go, okay? So let's do that. Let's do that now. Let's attach this atomizer, Jaybo Indestructible. We're going to screw that on there, positive side up. So now we have one battery, positive side up, with the atomizer and the 510 hybrid connection on there. Great, grand, wonderful. Now this next battery has to go in positive side down so that your negative is up. That goes in just like that. Then you take your switch and you screw it down. This is pretty much easy to do with your fingers. For that last little bit, I do like to use a quarter or a screwdriver to just get it, nice and snug, and it'll fire on you because you're pressing the switch down, nice and snug, just like that. So now you have your little hair trigger switch right there. Boom, boom, boom. So this is a series box, and fresh off the charger, you're going to be getting about 7.5 to 8 volts, depending on how good your batteries are. So you're going to have to build accordingly, and I have a couple videos that talk about how to build for a series box. This is a single coil, dual fused Clapton in there with the single airflow on, and it's just great. It just pumps out the vapor, and yeah, that's really all there is to see right here with the Noisy Cricket. What we're going to do is go up close. What? We're already up close. What we're going to do is get back out to normal view, and we're going to vape it. So yeah, that's the Noisy Cricket up close and personal. Really not a whole heck of a lot to see. It's like a rounded tube box, and I actually like the styling on it a little bit. It's got these kind of vents on the bottom, and it kind of looks a little bit mid-century modern-ish. I love that it's 22 millimeters around, so on the profile, when you have an RDA on there, it's just, oh, it's all the same diameter. The button doesn't have a locking feature, but it's a top-down button, and I feel like it's not, you don't really maybe need a locking feature on there. I don't know. I've never been using it, and I traveled with this. You know, I took it with me to Vape Meets. I took it with me to VPX New Orleans. Every time I've been using it, I've never felt like, wow, this really does need a locking feature. It's just never been an issue for me. You do have to take off the atomizer and the switch to swap out the batteries, so that's kind of a negative, but all these negatives don't really matter because the price of this, they're in stock right now at eSig City for $35. You can also go over to House of Vape. That came up in my Google Foo. They have them in stock. They have them in stock right now, silver, for $39. So between $35 and $40, you can get a Noisy Cricket. Now, you're going to need good batteries in this. I'm using the Craving Vapor version of the Samsung 25R battery in here, which is a really, really good battery. It's a series box, so you're going to need to adjust your build accordingly. And like I said in the up close, I do have a couple series build videos which will help, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I've been running this since I got it basically on Team Single Coil, which I like to say Team Tingle Coil because I'm an idiot. Team Single Coil, it's like an 8-rep dual fuse Clapton single coil on here. The performance on a series is just fantastic. I like it. I love the size. I love the way it feels. I love where the button is. I love how small it is for a series box. I don't even know what to call this. For a series device, it's just great. It's just great all around. The price is right, the performance is right. All you need to do is get some good batteries and an atomizer with a nice protruding 510 pin on there, and you'll be good to go. Now, this can only use 22 millimeter atomizers. You can't stick like a 24 millimeter Kennedy on here. It's too big. It'll hit the button and you can't use it. So you have to use 22 millimeter atomizers on here. Thankfully, 22 millimeters is kind of like the self-appointed industry standard of size on things. Like tube mods and atomizers are all 22 millimeters. Between $35 and $40 series, I can't say enough good things. I'm just gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna say it's amazing. You should go buy one. I don't care where you buy it from, just buy one, and I'll post some links down in the description. This is definitely going in my favorite things playlist. I just think it's a straight up fan-freaking-tastic vape. That's what I got for today, everybody. This is a short video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, yes, Noisy Cricket. Let's keep on vaping.
That's enough.